Hey guys, Adam with Grey Ghost Tactical, and today I have the April Shtf mystery gearbox. I do the basic level because I'm cheap and I have to spend my money elsewhere. And here's the thing with my theory on these boxes. If you're not getting good quality gear at the basic level, what makes me want to take and go to your advanced level? Kind of funny about gifts. I'm kind of particular about stuff. So anyway, this will cost you around $30, depending on the shipping and the tax in your area. It's actually $19.99, but then when they add shipping and tax, it jumps up. Anyway, this is April's. I'm gonna be honest. I was a little bit disappointed by the size of the box when I first got it. But I was actually surprised at the contents. The contents are actually really usable, and it's just in a small box. So I'm actually happy with this box. But anyway, to get going forward, of course, I've already opened it because I'm a kid. And, I have no patience and can't wait on stuff. So, sorry, guys. But it gives me a chance to kind of prepare so I'm not going in blind, and I know how to use all the gear and stuff like that. I can test some of the stuff out if I don't know how to use it before I give y'all my impression on it. Anyway, so I'm going to remove the box, and I'm going to show you the stuff one at a time. And let's start off with these right here. So I've got 5 Wristband Compasses. They're Trailblazer, and I think they're actually owned by, or somebody says they're owned by C.H. Cadell's or Budk or whoever you want to say is giving out this box. But let's open them up and see how good they are. So, nice little button compass there. Does the bezel rotate? Yes, the bezel does rotate, so you can set it. Let's see if it's accurate. Yeah, so I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but it's actually showing north is that way, which it roughly, yeah. According to let's see if that one works. Okay. So far, so good. Alright, so 5 out of 5 compasses right here are actually pointing north. And that's based off of, I'm not one of these guys, which the sun is over my right shoulder sitting in the driver's side. So, and my truck is saying north. So I would say that these are fairly accurate. Looks like it has a little lock that you can, okay. So if y'all can see that, it'll clamp down over a watch like a standard little belt clip. So would I have bought this? Possibly. But it works out great. You can take and you could strap this on a pack. You strap this on your watch. Give this to your friends and family. It would fit in an Altoid skin tin pretty good. So the good thing about this is that, they do work. And it looks like it would fit a pretty big watch band. Right there. And but like I said, you could give these to a friend and family. The bezels work on it. So yeah, overall this is a good item. This box is full of stuff that I probably wouldn't normally buy, but I don't mind having because they're functional and they're useful. So overall, I would say those are pretty decent there. And I'll probably put one on my watch and try it out, and one on my day pack and all. So, second thing is a head-in net gator for mosquitoes. Now, I'm going to be honest with this. The only time I use these is if I'm having to stay in the swamp. Mosquitoes, for some reason, don't seem to like me too much, which is a good thing. However, yellow jackets, horseflies, and hornets will not stop. So mosquito net is useful for a variety of things, and this seems to be a pretty big net here. And wearing this would probably make me feel really claustrophobic. I would probably use this for a different function. However, if I am doing any type of hunting, like still hunting, I don't dog hunt, but if I'm still hunting, then I would probably wear this. One, it kind of breaks up your, I'm a pretty white guy, so it would break up my coloring a little bit and give me some tones and some shadows, which is a good thing. And then secondly, feels pretty breathable, but just with this, and it's got this would be the top near the head, but it's got that, it's kind of a nylon plasticky watery feeling. The good thing about this is that you can use this for 1,000 different things. It's got a drawstring down at the bottom, so that's nice. It's a loop, so you can hang this. You could use this as a container. You could use this as a bag, like a gym bag. You could use this as a filter to run water through. Now, it's not going to catch, the protozoas and stuff like that, but any of the nasty organisms. But this would get most of the filament out. So this has a lot of uses. Like I said, the only time I would really use it is when I was like hunting, or if I was camping and I was sleeping. Because I don't like to wake up, have a bunch of mosquito bites. If you're in a tent and you zip the mosquitoes in, or if you're sleeping outdoors and, the mosquitoes are bad, then, you're going to zip them in there with you, and they're going to bite your face and your ears because they're attracted to blood, and guess where you have blood flow? To your head. So that's one of the main areas. But as you can see, my hands in here, I've got a pretty good bit of room in here. It probably would fit my head. It's got a very large head. So it will actually fit, and it actually closes down over my neck, which is good. Because you don't want to have so overall, again, this is something that I probably wouldn't buy, but this is great because it has so many uses and it's so versatile. I'm actually pretty impressed with this. So moving on, I have a box of waterproof matches. So again, well, I would actually probably buy these. I've received these before in the past, and again, everything's Trailblazer. No big surprise there. Like I said, if you own a company and you make gear, why not put your gear in the box, right? So no hate on that. As you can see, it's actually a nice, really match. It lights, and it seems to burn pretty good long time too. Don't want to catch my truck on fire. But matches are great. They're very useful. I wish I had some water to see if they were actually waterproof, but just by looking at the tip of the match, I believe they are. If you look right there, I don't know how well y'all can see this, but there is a coating on the match. So I believe these would actually be waterproof. Now, if they were to sit in water, probably not, because the key to the waterproof is if you just dip it in there, that's fine. But if you leave it in there long enough that this actually works like a wick, so it can actually, because this isn't treated or soaked in anything, wood is porous, so wood will absorb the water, and it can actually travel from here and go down inside the match. So when you see the test and they're dipping it in the water, it's because the wick hadn't waited long enough, or the stick hadn't been wet long enough. Pretty much any match, unless they actually coat the outside of it, will work that way too. It just depends on how long. So again, like I said, the matches are a great item. You put them in your kit, you forget about them. We use these a lot to light candles with, but this is a great item. And let's see, I've got the card here. So just to kind of give you an idea of what we would have got. So the Mosquito Net saying $7.99. Maybe. The Wristband Compasses 5-pack for $5. That's a pretty decent deal. The 4-pack of the matches, $7. That's a little high. So would I have paid $7 for them? Probably not. I believe Walmart's you can get something similar like a Kugel's, or for maybe $5 or so. But anyway, again, this is $19.99 plus the tax and shipping. Okay, so it says April's value is $44.95. There's the stuff. All right, moving forward. So now this is a piece of gear. Sorry, it's stuck in the bottom of the box here. This is a piece of gear that I've never actually really used. I've kind of thought they were gimmicky, but the older I get, the less I like to bend, and definitely don't like to lay flat on the ground. Which there's other methods, and I do try to keep up with some of the primitive methods just in case, so because skills are important. But tools definitely help. And this, if I can get it out of the package, this is an expandable air bellow, fire bellow, whatever you want to call it. So it opens up to about 18 inches. The way this works is you blow in that end, and the air comes out the big end, and that gives you a little bit of, it controls the air, and it makes it come out with a little bit more speed, and a little bit you can direct it better. So, and of course, more speed allows for it's like giving more surface to it, so it allows more air to come through. But you're trying to build a fire. The fire's down here. You put this like this and blow in this end, and it puts the oxygen directly where you're trying to do the fire. I've seen these used before. I've never actually used one. It's probably something that I'll put in a fire kit, because who knows, you could probably use this as a straw too if you wanted to. I don't see why not. And it seems to be pretty well made. It is aluminum, so it's not going to take a ton of abuse, but yeah. So you can actually you could use this as a straw if you wanted to, in a bad situation. And you could, there's videos on how you can take a cigarette butt, and you could stick it in the end of this thing and use it as the little tiny filter if you knew the water was clean, had a clean source of water. Again, like I said, this is one of the things that I probably would not buy, but it is a useful piece of gear. To be honest, this is probably my least favorite piece of gear here. But not an overall bad piece of gear. Like I said, I'll probably put it in a fire case. I'm pretty sure that'll fit in an Altoids 10. If not, you could cut a little bit off that top piece off there, or a little bit off. Couldn't cut none off the bottom, but you could cut a little bit off the top, and it would drop right in an Altoids can. So anyway, decent piece of gear. Like I said, wouldn't normally buy it, but let's see how much that thing says it goes for. That says it goes for $10. Definitely wouldn't pay $10 for that, but it's in the kit, and like I said, this box is full of stuff that I normally wouldn't buy, but overall, I was kind of excited about it. Thought it was kind of cool. So save the best for last. Put that over there, and we've got an Amazon Jungle Survivor. The hunter becomes the hunted knife. It is a spearhead and fire striker combo. So, total ripoff of Cold Steel's product, but I've been eyeballing the Cold Steel one because, you know, I'm a big fan of Cold Steel, and no, I don't get endorsed by them or anything like that. But there's the knife, or spearhead, and it comes with a, I'm gonna say, decent sheath. Probably, maybe would strap this to a pack. I doubt it. Probably end up building me a Kydex sheath for this. But anyway, fire steel, pretty nice. It's got a little piece of cord on it. I guess you can put that around your wrist with a like a tab, pull tab on it. Anyway, tiny little ferro rod there, fits in the sheath, which is nice. And then you've got this blade here. The blade has a coating similar to the coatings that are on like your BK14 Beckers and Azulas. It's not quite as aggressive as those, but I mean, as you can tell, like it's pretty good coating on it. I think it'll last a while. Not a fan of coatings. Not even sure if that would strike. So it will throw a little spark. I'd probably touch an area of that up if I was actually going to tote this. But anyway, this is a knife I've been looking at, and let's see, 1045 high carbon steel. So technically it should throw a spark pretty good. It's got that coating on it, and the edge of the knife is kind of rounded off. Usually you want that in a knife, but not on a survival knife, because you want that 90-degree edge. Comes out pretty sharp out the box. You got a hole there that you could carve a handle on it. Fits nice in the hand. I do believe this feels more like I don't know. Yeah, it feels more natural on the left hand. So I don't know if they flip-flop these or what, but that feels weird. It feels like the blade should be on this side. But you could use it. It's all one piece of metal, which is cool. It's got a lanyard hole. It says it was made in China. I believe that. It's got a nice clip point design on it. And I don't know if you can see that there, but there's an actual, almost like Scandi grind there. And then it goes into the regular edge. The Scandi's covered though. So, would I use this as a camp knife? Yes, absolutely. And it's got a good feel to it. It's got a good weight to it. It's all metal, so you ain't got to worry about anything happening to it. You're not going to break a handle scale or anything like that. Some additions I would probably do to it. I would probably take, if I was actually intending to use this as a spear, I would drill a couple holes in these things so I could lash it to something. Or I could run a bolt head or something like that through the thing. And I also put grip tape on the handle. Maybe some paracord on it. Because I've got an extra large hand and it fits good in the hand. It fills my hand. But I have a feeling if you get to chopping with this thing, that the vibration is going to hurt. So, maybe something, I guess it would depend on whether I was using it more as a spear or as I would probably use this more as a knife than a spear. But, anyway, let me continue. So, it's got roughly a 7-inch blade on it. And, like I said, nice profile, nice design. It's a little thin. I'm pretty sure cold steels is way thicker than that. It's probably a much heavier knife too. But like I said, I would definitely use this. I would change the sheath out and probably put some grip tape on that if I was using it. The edge, let's see. So the edge is not quite sharp enough to cut hair. Best it's doing is pulling up dead skin cells. So you could probably put an edge on that fairly easy though. 1045 is not a real high carbon or real hard steel to put an edge on. But overall, I like it, and I really would like to see how well this thing throws. I'm not a knife thrower, but I like throwing knives. And there's a guy, his name's Survival on Purpose, I believe, and he tests all kind of knives, throwing them. And I just think it's kind of cool that sometimes he'll even throw like pocket knives. Anyway, back to the subject. But I think this is a good piece of knife. And to be honest, I would have. Well, let's see what the price is on it first before I say I would have probably bought it. $15. Yeah, I would have probably eventually bought one of these for $15 just to try it out and keep as maybe a pack knife or I do like it that it's versatile. Another thing that I would probably do is I would probably find like a medicine bottle or something like that and put like maybe some fire tinder. Probably some fire tinder in there. Maybe a couple of Advil or Leave or something. But since you got a hollow handle, you might as well use it, right? Excuse me. Get me a sip of coffee here. Got my Dunkin'. So I'm off to a good start this morning. Anyway, with that being said, so that's the basic box, okay? So $45. I think they're a little high on their estimation, but okay. But I got it for roughly, say, $32 total. So not bad. Is it worth $32? Yeah. I would say so. It's stuff that I would probably not buy individually, but I would say it's worth $32. So overall, this month was a pretty good deal. So for the Pro Box, which is the next step up, and it says you get $90 worth of stuff for $50. So you get everything that I just showed you. So plus a military emergency tourniquet for $20. So I'll go ahead and tell you, I've got a video where I did a tourniquet, budget tourniquet. They're pretty much all made the same, as long as you examine the stitching and all. Hold on. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not. There's a buzzing. There's a guy with a blower, and he's right by my truck. Come on, dude. Alright. Anyway. Hold on for a second. Okay, sorry about that, but they wasn't leaving, so I paused it for a second. Anyway, back to the tourniquet. I did a review on budget tourniquets. There are, excuse me. Anyway, for $20, you can get a really good tourniquet. You can get one that's probably the same grade as this one for a lot cheaper, probably $6 or so. And I have varied thoughts on tourniquets. I think that they're good and everybody should carry one, but I also think that should be something like you learn in school, is how to put on a tourniquet. With that being said, $20 is probably high. So now the next one is the Trailblazer water filter with straw. So I'm assuming that would be something like a life straw, and they've got it listed at $24.99. I can buy a life straw for $24.99. So Pro Box, I'm kind of glad that I didn't do that. I'm not sure I would have been happy with a justified extra amount. The Elite Box is everything in the Pro Box plus the primary box. Let's see. So it says it would add a bug out waterproof rechargeable plasma lighter for $20. I really don't like plasma lighters. And if you're, especially for survival uses, you have to, like, one, they don't work well if they get wet. And then two, you have to have a way to charge it, and you have to make sure it stays charged. And the other thing is that you have to, like, really get the stuff, like, with a regular Bic, the flame comes out. But with the plasma lighter, you have to get it in between the two prongs. So, not really happy with that either. So, and then the second thing was a heirloom quality collapsible spy scope for $43. And I have no idea what that is. I don't know why you would need a spy scope in a survival box, but I'm guessing that's like the old things that we used to use when I was a kid, to, like, look around corners and stuff. And a mirror on a stick will give you the same thing. So it's hard for me to justify $43. But again, I don't know what the product is, and I'm not bashing the product. But anyway, so I'm glad I stuck with the basic box this month. I'm actually pretty happy with the stuff I got. And like I said, the only thing that was maybe an iffy was the Bellow, Fire Bellow. But everything else is good quality. So, all right, this is Adam with Grey Ghost Tactical signing out.